Pros and cons of glass jewelry. Coming up next on Pros and Cons by Piercer, Season 2, Episode number 70. For those who are new to the channel, welcome to the Body Piercing and Tattooing channel. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Hope you find them helpful and useful, but you may not know who I am. My name is DaVo. I'm a professional body piercer and have been since 1994. I own and operate the Axiom Body Piercing Studio located right here in Des Moines, Iowa, inside Skin Kitchen Tattoo. What we're going to talk about today is glass jewelry, often used for retainers or to kind of hide the jewelry or the piercing during those periods of life where you can't wear metal jewelry or you need to hide it a little bit. Commonly known as Pyrex or Chemex, this is a very hard glass that can be made into a lot of interesting shapes and designs. Now let's get into the pros, the positive things, the things that make you go, yeah, this is a good idea. Number one, it is completely biocompatible. If it is proper Pyrex, there is no, as far as I know, I have not seen any cases of anyone being allergic or having sensitivity issues to glass jewelry. Number two, it is non-magnetic, meaning that you can put a magnet next to it all day long and it is not going to attract to it. I know a lot, the same thing with titanium, the same thing with certified implant biocompatible titanium and surgical stainless steel. Both have this quality, but for one reason or another, medical technicians are more likely to believe you if it is glass or plastic, and glass is a better option than plastic. But we'll get to plastic in another episode. Non-conductive. Another reason why this is a great alternative for retainers, especially if you're going through medical procedures where there might be a situation where they might have to use a defibrillator on you and revive you. You don't have to worry about current going through the piercing jewelry at all. It's an insulator, actually. Number four, open to a lot of creative different designs. If you have somebody that's skilled that's producing that jewelry, you can do all kinds of weird shapes or fun shapes. You can do bumblebees, dragons, all kinds of fun stuff. Also, you can put stuff inside the glass. Glass plugs with little scenes in them are pretty popular. Also, like the ones that come from glassware. Also, various different cuts on the glass can create different aesthetic looks. So there's a lot of different designs, and it's open to the creativity of whoever's blowing the grass, whoever the skilled person is that's producing the jewelry. Number five, smooth as glass is a pretty common saying, and this stuff is super smooth. So you don't have to worry about damaging piercings. You don't have to worry about contaminants collecting in the surface of the jewelry. It's very, very, very smooth and has a very fine finish. Now let's move on to the cons and disadvantages. Number one, it's usually not very secure. And the reason being is that often it's held in place by O-rings. They're kind of silicone O-rings. I always suggest the clear ones. The black ones, some people can have reactions to because they may have some latex in them. But the problem is oftentimes that's just slid onto the end of the post, especially for retainers, and they can slide off really easy. So they're not very secure from that standpoint. Number two, they're a heavier material than titanium. So in situations like plugs or really large gauge jewelry, this could be a problem. It also makes them not a good candidate for piercing initially because that weight can contribute to longer healing periods and other problems. Number three, this comes especially true with the retainers. They can be a little bit more uncomfortable than other jewelry because of the closure or one end. Usually most retainers are a disc or a ball at one end and the other end is open. It's just like a piece of wire that sticks out. So for the most part, these are not the most comfortable things to have in certain parts of the body for a long period of time. They work really well for short term, but for long term, not so great. Number four, there can be some limited designs. You can't interchange this with other jewelry like you would with metal jewelry, where you put different ends on it, different stuff, and go lots of fancy stuff. The other thing is having secured ends is not really a possibility because you can't thread things on it. You can do rings with little rubber balls on it. That's about the probably the most secure that you can do. But for the most part, you're kind of limited to very simplistic designs that are one piece. And the last one, number 5, the glass can be very fragile. If you're not careful, especially at very thin gauges, these can break. I've had clients that have had issues, especially with like nostril screws and etc., where for one reason or another it got caught and it broke. So that's always a possibility. People think it's going to be from dropping. I have to say that I've had my glass plugs fall out on a regular basis, and they usually don't break when they hit the floor. I think if you were going at a high speed or through them, they probably would. But the thinner gauges, when you get down around 18 and 20 gauge especially, or even 16, they can snap if enough pressure is put on them. Well, that's it. Have you worn glass jewelry? What was your experience with it? Leave a comment. Till next time, here's hoping all your piercing skill of ease without a single issue. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area, I'd love to see you for your piercing needs in the future. Have a good day, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.